Hello, hello, 1, 2, 3, mic check. Hello, hello. Hello, very good morning to all our live viewers. We are back with the first match of the day. It's an all important Platinum Cup semi final. One champion elite season 42. Yodhas are up against Shreepa Rockers. Coin toss fell in favor of Yodhas. They have opted to bat first. 54. In fact, 50 for 4 in the power play for Yodha. While batting first, excellent start for both the teams. Yodhas managing to put 50 on the board, whereas Shreepa Rockers getting 4 wickets inside the power play. Introduction in the bowling attack. Venkatarama Rao now introduced leggy into the attack. Straight after the power play, 420 matches for Ramarao, 495 wickets, economy 8.24, best figures of 6 for 17. He is a genuine wicket taker. Venkatarama Rao will be searching for wickets. Gully, point, cover point are the three fielders inside the circle on the offside, whereas fine leg inside the circle on the leg side. It's a short one and dragged down to start off, which has been beautifully pulled away by Barinder Preet Singh. In between mid wicket and square leg, no fielder had to move an inch. That was placed to the perfection. It was a real loosener to start off. When Katarama Rao starts off with a drag down, which goes for 4. Barinder Preet Singh making full use of that loosener. Score moves to 54. Over starts off with a boundary. Loopy floater way outside off stump. This time driven on the up towards the right of long off. And Barinder Preet will collect 2. This is excellent from the batter. Getting to the pitch of the ball very quickly. Venkatarama Rao just tossing it up wide of the batter. Flighted delivery. This time it turns sharply after pitching. Barinder Preet Singh looking for the glory shot. Gets beaten on the outside edge. This is brave from Ramarao. This is what he does. He likes to toss the ball up. He likes to invite the batter for the big shot. This time punched off the back foot. Protection there in the deep extra cover region, looking for the second run, but there's no second there. They have to settle in for a 1. Good flat through the wicket keeper by the deep fielder. Keeps the batter to 1. Score moves to 57. Venkatarama Rao going for 7 in his first 4 deliveries. Good over for Yodhas. Both the teams very good in the league stages. This time it was slow through the air on a good length. Still Kishore there, punching it off the back foot in the mid wicket region for a single to open his account. 1 of 3 for Kishore Reddy, who opens his account with that single. Last ball of the over. 8 coming off that over so far. Flighted one, hit back, straight to the stumps at the non-striker. They're looking for the single. It's a quick one. Keeper throwing at it. No one backing there. So it will easy be couple of runs. That was sloppy there in the field by Venkata Rao. He should have gone for the ball. He doesn't go for the ball, and both the batters very quick to seize an opportunity to scamper through for a single. In fact, they come back for the second on the over three. 60 coming, in fact, 10 coming off that over by Venkata Rao. Yodha 60 for 4 after 7. Channa Rao to continue. 1 over 6 and 6 runs and a wicket for Channa Rao so far. Shiva and Barinder Preet were out in the center as an openers for Yodhas. Shiva going for a golden duck. Caught in front by Madhukar Mane. In the very first ball he faces. Inside edge, ball bouncing over wicket keeper. That will be easy couple of runs for the batter. 2 runs to start off the over. Coming back to the scorecard. Shiva going for the golden duck. Barinderpreet still out in the center. 22 of 16 for Barinderpreet Singh. Keshava gone for duck as well. 2 balls duck for him. Madhukar Mane picking up his second. Both LBWs. Then Siddharth played well for his 30 of 17 deliveries. Then he went out. Caught by Venkata Rao. Ball by Hari Kumar. From there on, Kiran Chaudhary joined Barinder Preet. He fell early. He managed only 5 or 4 deliveries he faced. Now Kishore Reddy joining Barinder Preet. 63 for 4. 63 for 4 in 7.2. Yodhas. That's a good length delivery, skidding through off the surface. Barinder Preet on the cut gets speed in. It's a dot ball. Couple of runs, then a single, now a dot. All in on 3 coming off first half of this over. Shreepa Rockerz will look to tight the things up after the power play. Once again, similar kind of delivery. This time it was slightly wider. Barinder Preet going hard at the ball, gets speed in. It's a back-to-back dot deliveries. 20 of 17 so far for Barinder Preet Singh. This is the 8th over of the first inning. There is a change in field now. Long off is in. That's another beauty there from Channa Rao, hurrying the batter. Barinder Preet once again late on the shot. Channa Rao is quick through the air. He's working some beautiful pace here. Channa Rao is getting the ball to skid through. He's making it difficult for the batters to score freely. Only 3 of the over so far. Last ball of the over. This time cut away, but straight to the gully on couple of bounces. It's a dot ball. Fourth dot ball in a row to close out the over. 3 coming off the 8th over by Channa Rao. After 8, Yodhas 63 for the loss of 4. Venkataramarao to continue after being expensive in his first over. That's lock sweep. Straight to the man in the deep. Bounces well in front of him and skids through for a boundary. That's a misfield. Kishore Reddy with the sweep collects four. That should have been stopped. That should have been only a single. Instead, it goes for a boundary, courtesy of a misfield in the deep square leg region by the deep fielder. Kishore moves to 8 with that boundary. That's loose. From Shreepa Rocker, that's in the air. No one there. At the edge of the circle in the extra cover, fielder was behind. This is excellent changer from Venkataramarao, slowing up the ball. Batter early into the shot, gets a leading edge. Fortunate for him that it evades the fielder. It's only a single. This is brave bowling from Venkatarama Rao. He's not shy of pitching it up. He's inviting the batters for big shot. 1.2 overs, 15 for none. This time it was a tossed up delivery. Turns sharply after pitching. This is what he gets from the surface every now and then. Barinder Preet Singh looking for the big shot. No connection on the ball on that occasion. 68 for 4. Yodhas in 8.3. Quicker one. Skids through, but that was going down the leg. Wrapped the batter on the pad. Barinder Preet moving on the back foot, trying to pull that delivery, but that ball skidded very fast through and it hits his pad in a flash. Good variations this from Venkatarama Rao. This will make the batter thinking. It's not all about loopy flighters. He's got good quicker one. This time it's a flighted delivery driven on the up. That was straight to the cover point fielder. That should have been a dot one. Good backup there by extra cover fielder. That should have been dot one, but it's a couple of runs for Barinder Preet Singh. That was driven all along the carpet but went straight to the cover point fielder who misfields and allows the batter to get through for a couple of runs. Score moves to 70. Last ball of the over. It's a flighted delivery. This time Barinder Preet waits on the back foot, punches in the cover point area. It's a single to close out the over. 8 runs coming off the ninth over by Venkatarama Rao. Yodhas, while opting to bat first after 9 overs, are 71 for the loss of 4. Introduction into the bowling attack. Left arm orthodox. Madhuvir Reddy now into the attack. Starts off with a beauty that leaves the right hander after pitching, who gets beaten on the outside edge. It's a dot ball to start off. This time it's slightly shorter delivery that's punched hard. Throw is good, but both the batters are even quicker, so they completes the single with ease. Dot and a one to start off this over. Madhuvir Reddy, 280 matches for him, 369 wickets in just 280 matches. Economy under 6, 5.24. Best figures of 6 for 19. This time the batter just playing with the very soft hands on the onside and threw for a single. Madhuvi Reddy, he's a top-notch spin operator. Gets through his over very quickly. Doesn't allow the batters enough time. That is the strength of him. Once again, punched off the back foot in the extra cover and threw for a single. This is good thinking from both the batters. They're not taking Madhuvi Reddy on. They're happy to rotate the strike against him. He's a genuine wicket taker. He's got an excellent average. Well. That was full on the pads. Batter looking to play on the onside. Gets a leading edge. Doesn't carry all the way to the point fielder, who collects the ball on couple of bounces. Dot and a four single so far of this over. Last ball coming off the over. This time it's in the air once again. Doesn't carry back to the bowler. An excellent over by Madhuvi Reddy. 4 runs coming off the 10th over by Madhuvi Reddy. After 10 overs, Yodhas are 75 for the loss of 4. We are halfway through in the first inning of the all important Platinum Cup final. Platinum Cup semi final, in fact, which is played between Yodha and Shreepa Rockers. Shreepa Rockers winning the toss. In fact, Yodha's winning the toss, opting to bat first, posting 75 for the loss of 4 in their first half. Players will have break as we are halfway through. We'll be right back after a very short drinks break. Another introduction in the bowling attack. Bharat Gabbar now into the attack for Shreepa Rockers. That's a wild throw from the extra cover fielder. That was too wide of the wicketkeeper and throw was too quick. No chance for the wicketkeeper to gather that one. That should have been a single. Goes for two. Coming back to Bharat Gabbar. He's a left arm orthodox spinner. 130 matches for him. 162 wickets. Economy 7.12. Best figures of 6 for 24. Starts off with couple of runs. He's got a good arm ball. Bharat Gabbar will get the ball to spin away for the left right hander every now and then. This time on the pads, clipped away in the fine leg region. Fielder there inside the circle in fine leg, so it will only be a single. Gully, point, short covers, and fine leg are the four fielders inside the circle for Bharat Gabbar, whereas sweeper cover, long off, long on, mid wicket, and square leg are the fielders outside the circle. That's a quicker one. Going on straight with the arm, safely negotiated by Barinder Preet Singh. Barinder Preet has slowed down after the power play. He's played too many dot balls. He should work on that. This time just works on the onside. That's a big boundary on the leg side in square leg and mid wicket region. So plenty of two on offered. This time it's a Chinaman delivery spinning into the right hander after pitching. Barinder Preet looking to pull, gets an inside edge. Ball moves back to his pad. It's a dot ball. 5 runs coming off the 5 deliveries. Good over from Bharat Gabbar. This time slow through the air. This time the ball bouncing extra from the surface. Goes over the bat of Barinder Preet Singh. Was not happy with his effort as he plays couple of dots to close out the over. 5 runs coming off the 11th over by Bharat Gabbar. After 11, Yodha's 80 for the loss of 4. Madhvi ready to continue. 27 of just 31 deliveries for Barinder Preet Singh. He started off this time driven on the up. No chance for the long off fielder. That was placed excellently in between extra cover and long off. It's a boundary to start off the over. Madhvi Reddy just offering some width to Kishore, who was ready. Drives it on the up and gets a 4. This time batter playing with the very soft hand in the extra cover region and through for a single. This is what the good batters do. After getting a boundary, they straight away gets off the strike. 4 and a single for Kishore. This time punched off the back foot in the gap in between long on and mid wicket for a boundary. That's an excellent stroke from Barinder Preet Singh. He breaks free. He was looking for the boundary in last few overs. He gets one in this one. This over proving out to be an expensive one already. Madhuvi Reddy, usually very economical, goes for 9 in his first 3 deliveries. 13 for none in 1.3 for Madhuvi Reddy so far. 9 coming off first half of this over. Barinder Preet once again hits in the similar region, but this time fielder there, well placed. So it will only be a single. This time off the front foot, but straight to the fielder in the deep for single. Score moves to 90. This time tries to drive on the up, gets the outside edge, ball moves to the sweeper cover fielder. That should have been a single, but with the help of misfield, batters are through for the second run. 12 runs already of the over. This is a good over for Yodhas. 92 for 4 in 11.5. Madhuvi Reddy going for 12. Still a delivery to be balled, and he balls a beauty to close out the over with a dot. After 12, Yodhas 92 for the loss of 4. Bharat Gabbar to continue. More spin for Shreepa Rockerz. Well, that's a short ball. Pulled away. Protection there in the deep square leg region. But batters will come back for the second with ease. This is good from both the batters. Parinder Preet in the act. 2 runs coming off the first ball of the 13th over. Score moves to 94 for the loss of 4. Hit hard, but all along the carpet in the long on region. Fielder there in the deep does the cleanup job, so it will only be a single. 95 for 4. Yodhas in 12.3. Floated up delivery, gets an outside edge. Good fielding there by the gully fielder, but it will be a single. 22 of 16 for Kishore, whereas 30 run a ball 35 for Barinder Preet Singh. Partnership now worth 46 of 41. This time pulled off the back foot in between long on and mid wicket for a boundary. What a shot that was from Barinder Preet Singh. 100 is up for Yodhas in 12.4. 100 for 4. What a shot that was. That was slightly dragged back length, and Barinder Preet rocks on the back foot and pulls it towards the right of long on and gets a boundary. No chance for mid wicket or long on to cut that off. 39 of 26 for Barinder Preet. Now he's back with the boundaries. This time it was a delivery which spins away for the right hander after pitching. Gets an inside edge. Fortunate for Barinder Preet that it doesn't go and hit the timber behind him. Flighted delivery, looking for the glory shot. Misses the ball completely. A good couple of balls to close out the over. 8 coming off the 13th over by Bharat Gabbar. After 13, Yodhas 100 for 4. When Katarama Rao now back into the attack, starts off with the flighted one and pulled away in the square leg region, and Ghazi will open his account with the single. There was slight delay in the proceeding as Kishore Reddy was struggling. He gets retire hurt. He was back in the shed. Sayyid Ghazi Abbas Abedi now joins Barinder Preet Singh. 164 matches for Ghazi, 4,481 runs, averaging 34.47. Strike rate just under 100. This time pulled away towards the right of the deep mid wicket fielder, and Barinder Preet collects 4. That's been the productive area for him. He's got now fourth boundary in that region from this end. Slightly short from Venkataramarao, and that's enough for Barinder Preet to pull. That was very close to the deep fielder, but still well placed. Now coming diagonal around the wicket for Barinder Preet. Venkataramarao, that's slightly short and beautifully pulled away in between short fine and deep square leg for boundary. Back to back boundaries for Barinder Preet Singh. That's easily done. That was loose from Venkataramarao. It was short on the pads, and Barinder Preet is well set. He doesn't miss out on such scoring opportunity. He collects 4 back to back boundaries. 10, in fact 9 coming off first half of the over. 2.3 overs, 27 for none for Venkataramarao so far. Barinder Preet gets inch closer to his half century, 47 or 40. He slowed down after the power play, but once the end change, he's back in the scoring. Well, this was a full toss, a real loosener, and that's put away beautifully by Barinder Preet Singh towards the right of extra cover, and he'll collect 4 and he'll get to his 50 in some style. 51 of just 41 deliveries for Barinder Preet Singh in all important Platinum Cup semi-final. No better stage to do it. He lost couple of partners in the very first over, but he's hold on and he's got 50, crucial 50 for his team. Well, Venkataramarao looking to get away with a wide one, but it's been given wide by the match official rightfully. It was outside off stump, outside the wide line on the off stump, rightfully called wide. Ramarao now in some pressure. 14 of the over so far. That's a quicker one. Not allowing the time on that occasion for Barinder Preet, who's happy to punch it back to the bowler. It's a dot ball. Venkata Ramarao, will he flight the last one or will he go with the faster one? Yes, he flights it up, he tossed it up. Barinder Singh hits it all along the carpet in the long on region. A good one for Yodhas. 15 runs coming off the 14th over by Venkatarama Rao. Yodhas after 14 are 115 for the loss of 4. Bharat Gabbar to continue into his third over. 2 overs, 13 for none for Bharat Gabbar. Starts off with a single that was on the length, punched off the back foot towards the left of covers to collect 4. Left-handed Ghazi now on strike, who's 1 of 1. Right hand, left hand combination out in the center for Yodha. This time it was shot, cut away beautifully in between gully and point, and he collects 4. That's a classical cut shot that was short and wide, and Ghazi, very elegant with his technique, gets on the back foot and cuts it towards the right of point and collects 4. Fielder gave his best, ran after the ball, but that ball was traveling with some speed that goes all the way for a boundary. Now the fielder on the offside for Ghazi to plug that gap. Fine leg moves to point, point, gully, and short third. Now 3 fielders inside the circle behind point for Ghazi. This time it was full. Misfield there by the wicket keeper. Well. What happened there? We have to wait for the match official signal. No signal made. So it was an inside edge before hitting the pad of the lefty. Balls scrolling down behind the wicket keeper. It's a single. 6 runs of the over. This time punch off the back foot, looking for a quick single. Misfield there inside the circle. That would have been very tight if the fielder would have collected the ball cleanly. That was stuck firmly, traveled very quickly to the fielder. Definitely a run out opportunity missed there by Shreepa Rockerz. This time the ball spins in for the lefty. Ghazi looking for the cut shot once again. This time gets beaten. It's a dot ball. Length was not there to be cut away. It was slightly full. Flighted delivery. That's driven on the up. Sweeper cover there. That's a long boundary. So it will be an easy couple of runs for Ghazi. A good over for the batting team Yodhas as they collect 9 of the 15th over by Bharat Gabbar after 15. 124 for 4. Channa Rao now back into the attack. A medium pacer. In fact, he's more than a medium pacer. He's a right arm quick. Bowler Channa Rao starts off with a single. He'll get the ball to skid through. Left-hander Ghazi now back on strike. Well, that's driven on the up. Sweeper cover there. So it will only be a single. Couple of singles to start off the over. So there will be a change in field as the left hand right hand combination is there in the center for Yodhas. 126 for 4 in 15.2. Last 5 overs. As we are in the back end of the innings, both the batters well set. Barinder Preet running down, giving the charge to the batter, only manages to get the inner half of the bat. Ball moves to the long on. Well, what happened there? The fielder threw the ball to the bowler who misfields, and the batter gets back for the second run. That's sloppy there from Channa Rao. He should have been collecting that one. That was just up, but it was innovation there from Barinder Preet, but straight to the short fine fielder who collects the ball on a bounce. That was a slow one from Channa Rao. He saw the ball, batter moving early and takes the pace off. No pace to work for Barinder Preet. Only managing to scoop it as far as the fielder on the bounce. This time pulled away. Fielder there in the deep. He takes it. Ghazi looking for the big shot. Doesn't middle it and ends up handing up a catch to the deep square leg fielder. Madhukar Mane in the deep takes a good catch while moving towards his left. In fact, it's Madhukar Reddy who takes that catch. That's fifth one down. Ghazi departs after scoring 9 of 7 deliveries. Fifth one goes down for Yodhas. 129 for 5 in 15.5. Half the team back in the sheds for Yodhas. Things were looking good for Yodhas, but Shreepa Rocker strike Channa Rao with his second wicket. 2.5 overs, 14 for 2 so far for Channa Rao. New batter in is Mohan Maheshwari in at number 7 for Yodhas. 411 matches for Mohan, 7,806 runs, averaging 23.37. Strike rate 133.48. Straight away gets off the mark with a single. That was a quick single, but misfield makes it easy for both the batter. A successful one for Shreepa Rockers. 6 runs and a wicket coming off the 16th over by Channa Rao. Yodhas after 16, 130 for 5. Madhuvir Reddy now back into the attack. After being expensive in his second over, he was taken off the attack. Now his captain brings him on back. Starts off with a dot one. Once again, quick through the air. This time punched off the back foot in the point region. Loknath there, but it will still be a single. Both the batters very quick between the wickets. Crosses through for a single very quickly. This time it was full, driven on the up, wide of long off. We have to wait for the umpire signal. Did it pitch inside or does it go all the way? No, it pitches. It lands once and then goes for a boundary. One bounce four it is. That's a welcome boundary for Barinder Preet Singh. After quiet over, well, that's a cleanup job there from Madhuvir Reddy going through the defense of well said Barinder Preet Singh. Barinder Preet on that occasion doesn't move. His feet doesn't moves. That ball went straight through with the arm and goes in between bat and pad and crashes into the leg stump. 6-1 goes down for Yodhas. A well set batter, Madhukar. In fact, Barinder Preet has to depart after scoring 62. Wicket goes down at the very wrong time for Yodhas after 16.4, 135 for 6. New batter in is Valluri Pushkar in at number 8 for Yodhas. Well, Mohande looking for the quick single sent back by Pushkar. It's a dot ball to close out the over. 6 runs and a wicket coming off the 17th over by Madhuvir Reddy. That's a good couple of overs for Shreepa Rockers. They've got couple of wickets and they have put breaks on the scoring rate. Madhukar Mane now back into the attack. 2 overs, 16 for 2 for Madhukar Mane. He's been the pick of the bowlers. Bowled well with the new ball. What does he have? With the old ball, will bowl the 18th of the inning. Coming back to Valluri Pushkar, 165 matches for him, 2,447 runs, averaging over 26. Strike rate triple one. That's an excellent yorker there from Madhukar Mane, right on the base, on the toe of the batter, who just looks it to play fine, but that ball crashing on his foot. Both the batters threw for a single, leg by signal by the match official. Excellent Yorker there from Madhukar Mane to start off the over. This time it's a slow one, but it was full in the arc for the right-hander Mohan Maheshwari, who makes a full use, hits it towards the right of the long on fielder and collects four. That's a welcome boundary for Yodhas after quite couple of overs. Will this be the big one for them as we are into the final three overs? Slog overs alert, driven straight to the extra cover. There's a misfield and there's a boundary. Well, what happened there? That ball turned towards the right after pitching. Nothing wrong there by the fielder. It happened sometime. That ball after pitching spinned away from the fielder. Slow one there from Madhukar Mane. Mohan early into the shot gets beaten. It's a dot ball. 9 coming off 4 deliveries. Previously, the ball behaved very awkwardly in the covered region. That's pinned after pitching. This time straight to the short cover who does well and gets the ball back in time. So there's no run. Valluri Pushkar on that occasion, keen to get on the strike, sent back by Mohan Maheshwari after being taken for two boundaries. It's couple of dot deliveries from Madhukar Mane. Good little comeback. Last ball of the over. 145 for 6. That's a short ball. Lifted over point. One bounce into the boundary skirting it goes. Madhukar Mane goes short, but Mohan was up to the task, who lifts the ball beautifully over point for a boundary. Third boundary of the over. 13 run coming off the 18th over by Madhukar Mane. Yodhas 149 for the loss of 6. Channa Rao to bowl out. He'll be the first bowler to bowl out. 3 overs 15 for 2. Will bowl the 19th. That's a slow one and it stayed in the grasp of the short cover. Valluri Pushkar came down the track. That was a slow one, thrown wide of him. To ends it straight to the cover fielder. Seventh one goes down for Srihit there, who doesn't make a mistake. That was simplest of catches and he accepts it gracefully. Seventh one bites the dust for Yodhas. 149 for 7 after 18.1. Well. Kishore Reddy now back into the center. He was retired hurt. That's punched on the up, straight to the mid off fielder for a single. Kishore Reddy was off. He was struggling with his shoulder and back. Forcefully now back in the center. 150 is up for Yodhas in just 18.2. Last 10 balls remaining in this innings. Well, that's a slow one. That's played with very soft hands by Mohan Maheshwari. Ball going nowhere, and the batters are through for a single. That's excellent running between the wickets by both the batters. 151 for 7 after 18.3 overs. What a spell of bowling this has been from Channa Rao. 3.3 overs, 17 for 3 so far for Channa Rao. Bowling the 19th over. Once again, slow into the surface. Pulled away. Protection there in the deep. No pace whatsoever on offered by Channa Rao. Not allowing the batter to make use of his pace. 3 runs and a wicket so far in this over. This time he goes pace on in the base. That's an excellent Yorker, beautifully executed. Mohan Maheshwari only managing to get an inside edge ball moving to his pads, then to the wicket keeper. It's a dot ball. 3 runs and a wicket in the 19th over. An excellent over so far from Channa Rao. Will he close out the over? Last ball of the over. It's a slow one that's been beautifully carved away towards the right of point. That was tantalizingly close to the inner circle fielder, but still goes for 4. That was excellently placed by the batter to close out the over. 7 coming off that over. 156 for 7 Yodhas after 19. Madhukar Mane now to bowl out. Will bowl the final over of the inning. Starts off with a single. It was full outside off stump. Hit hard but straight to the deep fielder, so it will only be a single. 157 for 7. Last 5 balls. That was quick. Shot of good length. Ball keeps slightly low and wraps the batter on the pads. Ball moves in the point. It's a single. Leg by signal by the match official. Score moves to 158. This time Madhukar Mane going into the block hole. That was an attempted Yorker. Ends up in a low full toss. Nothing much that Kishore Reddy could have done, as he just knocks the ball down the ground in the long on region for a single. 3 coming off the first half. This time he goes in the surface. That was on the pads. Mohan looking to walk in the fine leg region. Manages no connection on the ball. Once again wrapped on the pads. This time he might have hurt himself. Instead of pad, I think the ball has wrapped him in his abdominal on the guard. He's struggling. Mohan Maheshwari. He looks in some sort of pain. He's down on the ground. That's These are not the good signs. That was a quicker one from Madhukar Mane into the surface he goes. 160 for 7 Yodhas after 19.4. Last 2 balls remaining in this innings. Drinks and some medical attention for Mohan Maheshwari. Well, play resumes. Once again, it's a quicker one. Looking for the second one. Bharat Gabbar is quick. And Mohan Maheshwari will be run out. Looking to get an extra run for his team. He has to end up sacrificing his wicket. A good throw from Bharat Gabbar and equally well gathered and dislodged the bail by Madhukar Mane. Eighth one down for Yodhas. Mohan Maheshwari sacrificing his wicket on the team cause. Yodhas 161 for 8 in 19.5. Last ball of the innings coming up. Madhukar Mane will ball at Kishore Reddy. Harsha is the new man in at number 10 for Yodhas, but doesn't matter. He'll be at the non-striker end. Kishore ready to face the final ball. He's on 27 of 21. Was struggling with his shoulder and back. That is the reason why he went. Hit hard straight down the ground. Work to be done by Bharat Gabbar, who does well, but it will be a couple of runs to close out. 163 is what Yodhas have put up while batting first in the all important Platinum Cup semi final of One Champion Elite Season 42. 164 will be the target for Shreepa Rockers when they come out to bat. We'll be right back with the chase after a very short break. Stay tuned, plenty of action coming your way in the all important Platinum Cup semi final. Welcome back to the chase. Stage is set in all important semi-final. It's the Platinum Cup semi-final of One Champion Elite Season 42. First ball of the chase. Deep Mukherjee with the ball in hands. That's punched off the back foot but said a wide throw. That's a first misfield at the very first ball to open the account. Loknath now facing Srihit and Loknath Naik are the two openers for Shreepa Rockers. Deep Mukherjee with the ball for Yodha. 91 matches for Deep Mukherjee. 128 wickets. Economy touch over 6. Best figures of 5 for 14. He's a slow left arm orthodox bowler. Will get the ball to spin away. Occasionally gets the ball to go straight with the angle. That's a wide delivery. Punched off the back foot but straight to the cover point. That was short. They to be taken, but Loknath hit straight to the fielder. That's a dot ball. 724 matches for Loknath Nayak. Over 31,000 runs. Averaging over 52. Strike rate just under 200. 120, 199.2. Well, that's a misfield. And it's a boundary for Loknath to open his account. That was on the pads. He just nudged it away. There was a fielder there in the square leg. That should have only been a single. That goes right between his legs and goes all the way. First boundary for Shreepa Rockers. Coming off the blade of Loknath Nayak. Very experienced batter Loknath. These are the stats. A dream stats for any batter. I must suggest that Loknath Nayak has. That shows his quality. He's a quality batter. Usually goes after the bowling from the word go. This time punches off the back foot in the long off, in the mid off region for a single. Both the batters playing cautiously at the moment. 6 for none. Shreepa Rockers inside the very first over. Last ball of the over. That's a flighted delivery driven on the up. Straight to the cover fielder. It's a dot ball to close out the over. 6 runs coming off that over by Deep Mukherjee. A good one to start off. Coming to career stats of other opener, Srihit, 214 matches for Srihit, 3,598 runs, averaging 27.47, strike rate 115 for Srihit. And Loknath, two openers, Deep Mukherjee with the ball. Now Sayyid Ghazi Abbas Abedi with the ball. Another left arm orthodox bowler. This time it's been lifted over the cover. One bounce, two bounce, and the ball goes for a boundary. That's an excellent shot. That was tossed up delivery from Ghazi, and Loknath up to the task. Just lifts it over the covers for a boundary. That's the second one of the match for Loknath, who moves to 9 of just 5 deliveries. Sayyid Ghazi Abbas Abedi, 164 matches for him, 180 wickets. Economy very good, 5.43. Best figures of 5 for 21. This time fires one in on the pads. That's defended beautifully by Loknath Naik. It's a dot ball. Both the batters taking calculated risk as they are not chasing a massive target. They are chasing 164. Well, this time the length was slightly short, and Loknath just punching it off the back foot with the very soft hands in the cover point region for a single. This is good. Both the batters started off cautiously here. They're just looking to get their eye in initially. Loknath Nayak, in particular, very explosive. Well, this time it was very slow through the air. He's a very smart operator. Sayyid Ghazi, he slowed down his pace, and Srihit was way early into the shot to end it. Fielder was behind, so it was easy single. But that was excellent deception from Sayyid Ghazi. This time, quick through the air. Ball goes in the gully region. Loknath was looking for the single sent back by Srihit. It's a dot ball. Fielder there was right at the edge of the circle, so there was a single. But Srihit thinks otherwise. It's a dot ball. 6 runs coming off the over so far. Last ball of the over. Ghazi to Loknath. Quick on the pads. Walked away in the square leg region for a single to close out the over. 7 coming off the second over by Ghazi. After 2, Shreepa Rockerz 13 for the loss of none. Deep Mukherjee to continue. Starts off with a single. Worked away on the onside by Loknath. A flighted delivery hit on the up. Straight to the mid off fielder who collects the ball on a bounce. It's a dot ball. Well, this time it was slow through the air. Srihit looking for the slog sweep. Plays down the wrong line, and Deep Mukherjee, as usual, hits the target and strikes for the first time in the match. Srihit departs cheaply. First one down in the third over for Shreepa Rockers. 14 for 1 after 2.3. New batter in is Dhanush. Dhanush Marthala in at number 3 for Shreepa Rockers. He's a left-hand bat. 571 matches for Dhanush. 18,992 runs, averaging just over 50. Strike rate touch under 160, 159.32 to be precise. Straight away gets off the mark, punches the ball down the ground off the back foot and gets himself off the mark. Score moves to 15. Field changes for the righty, right hand left hand combination now out in the center for Shreepa Rockers. That will trouble the fielders a bit. Well, there's long on and mid wicket in play for Loknath Nayak. All the fielders on the offside are inside the circle. Well, that was a quicker one, skidded through the surface after pitching. Width was there. Loknath went for the cut shot, but no connection on the ball on that occasion. Deep Mukherjee has bowled well up until now. 1.5 overs, 8 for 1 for him. He struck one and kept things tight inside the power play. Last ball of the over. It's a flighted one, and Loknath Nayak winds up for the first time. Doesn't middle it, but still goes the distance. That's the power of the man that takes the ball out of the boundary skirtings. It's a six. That was good over, but Loknath spoils it with a six. 8 runs and a wicket coming off that over. After 3 overs, Shreepa Rockers 21 for 1. Ghazi to continue. Starts off with a flighted tossed up delivery that's been hit hard, but all along the carpet in the long on region. Only a single. Field changes for the righty. They've got mid wicket and long off in play for Loknath Nayak. Mid on inside the circle. That's a full delivery, and Loknath lifts it over extra cover. One bounce into the boundary skirting it goes. What a shot that was! That was full, and Loknath goes inside out in the extra cover region and collects 4. Score moves to 26. Loknath Nayak now moves into 20s, 22 of just 13 deliveries. Loknath Nayak hasn't performed to his standards in this competition. Will this be the match for him? He's got the start, 22 of 13 so far for Loknath. Will he convert this one into a big one? Sayyid Ghazi, very good usually, but gone for 12 in his 1.2. Once again full, this time completely miscued. Doesn't even carry to the deep fielder, so it will only be a single. Well, that was a bottom end shot there from Loknath Nayak, looking for another biggie, but that was very full. Ball moves to the long off region for a single. Score moves to 27. 6 runs coming off the first half. Mid wicket and long on are the two fielders for the lefty. That was on the pads, walked away in between, but both the batters not looking to come back for the second. They're happy with the single. They have jogged through for a single. Score moves to 28. Well, after that mistimed shot, Loknath Nayak looking to change his gloves. It might be due to sweat. These are very hot conditions to play cricket as we are into the summer. Temperature now in 30s. Well, that's a flighted delivery, and Loknath Nayak gets down on one knee and hits him way back in the mid wicket region for a second six of the day for him. Well, that was a flighted delivery that spins sharply but still spins in the arc. That was in the arc for Loknath Nayak, and he needs no second invitation. Smacks it out of the park for a six. Well. Change of gloves. Walking for Loknath. Well, that's a quicker one. It was short, and Loknath rocks on the back foot and hits it even further back this time in the square leg region. 19 runs coming off that over. Back to back sixes to close out the over. What a shot that was. Rocking on the back foot and hitting way back in the square leg region. It was a 100-meter hit according to me, as that went way out of the park. These are big boundaries, but Loknath Nayak is making it look small. After 4, Shreepa Rockerz 40 for 1. Medium pacer is in. Sumit Singh now to bowl. He'll bowl the fifth over of the match. Right arm, medium pacer Sumit Singh. 457 matches for him. 349 wickets, economy 7.48. Best figures of 5 for 20 for Sumit Singh. Will ball around the wicket for the lefty Dhanush. Adjusting his field at the moment. Sumit Singh, he's got long on and long off. Out on the boundary. Both the fielders are straight for Sumit Singh. Starts off with a length delivery which has been pulled off the back foot away from the short mid wicket fielder, and it's a boundary. That was easy pickings for Dhanush. Sumit Singh, not the quickest of the bowlers. Dhanush had ample of time there. He rocks onto the back foot and pulls it in the gap for a boundary. He moves to 7 with that boundary. Score raised away to 44 now for Shreepa Rockers. Well, that's a flighted delivery well outside of some. This time, Dhanush going inside out, and that ball lands in the parking lot. That's a 6. 50 is up for Shreepa Rockers in no time. 50 for 1 in just 4.2. Well. 4 and a 6 to start off the over. Once again, shot. This time he pulls it away in the mid wicket region for another biggie. That was shot, sat up in the surface for Dhanush, and it was easy pickings for the batter of caliber of Dhanush. This is poor from Sumit Singh. He's either ball short or he's pitched further up in this over. He needs to find a good area. This is the fifth over of the match. Power play still on. Field restrictions are on. Change in a field. Now protection in the mid wicket region. Ball goes in the exact region. The fielder collects the ball on a bounce. It will only be a single. This is good comeback by Sumit Singh. Bowling to his field. With that single, the righty Loknath back on strike. Who's got his rhythm going? Who's got his touch back? 35 of just 16 for Loknath so far. That was full. Hit straight. Fielder there in the deep. Watches the ball sail over his head. That was struck firmly. That was hit flat, and that ball still goes the distance. That's the power of the man. He's a very strong lad. Loknath Nayak into the 40s now. No elevation there, but still gets the distance. This time, just punches off the back foot. That's the better length from Sumit Singh to close out the over. An expensive one from Sumit Singh. 23 coming off the 5. After 5, 63 for 1. Shreepa Rockerz. Deep Mukherjee to continue. Starts off with a good ball. That is even betterly played by Dhanush. Just knocking it down the ground for a single and giving the strike back to the well set Loknath Nayak, who's on 41 of just 18. Both the batters making full use of anything loose. They have given respect to the good bowlers, have bowled well and gone after the bowlers who were off the mark. This is excellent bit of cricket from both the batters. This time hit on the back foot. Protection there in the long on region. So it will only be a single. Hit hard, hit flat. Fielder there in the deep collects the ball on a bounce. It's only a single. Couple of singles to start off the over. Field changes for the lefty. Deep mid wicket and long on are the two fielders outside the circle for Deep Mukherjee for the lefty. Well, that's hit away. Protection there, but still the ball goes the distance. Well, that was full in the arc for Dhanush, and he says thank you very much, and he collects 6. What a shot that was! He's got a very lean body, Dhanush, but he hits the long ball. He's got the timing so correct. The alignment of the bat swing, very good from Dhanush. That is what makes him the most dangerous batter. Well, that was a flighted delivery. This time he lifts it over long off. Effortlessly done by Dhanush on that occasion. That's another 6. That ball traveling a long way. That was effortlessly done by Dhanush. A glimpse of Henry Klassen in that shot. Well, this time sweeping the ball. No one there in the square legs. It's a boundary. He's playing the field. He moved early to his off stump. Deep firing in the ball on the patch, and Danush sweeps it in the vacant square leg region and collects four. Well. 81 already on the board for Shreepa Rockers inside the power play. What a start this has been. Another full delivery. Once again, he goes big and he clears the lot. Six, four, and a six to close out the over. An expensive one from Deep Mukherjee. 24 coming off. Shreepa Rockers marched away to 87 in just 6 overs. Introduction in the bowling attack. Valluri Pushkar now into the attack. Elegi now into the attack to break the partnership. 165 matches for Pushkar, 324 wickets, economy 5.20, best figures of 548. He is a partnership breaker. He is the trump card for Yodhas. Valluri Pushkar, he's got an excellent strike rate. Partnership worth 73 of just 21 deliveries. These two are in the mood. Well. Pushkar there doesn't release the delivery on that occasion. It's been given as a dead ball by the match official. Just having a look at the batter's intention before bowling a delivery. Valluri Pushkar. Mind games played here by the bowler. Slip in play. Well, that doesn't work in the favor of Pushkar, and Loknath Nayak hits him straight down the ground for a flat six. That was a good delivery that spinned away for the right hander, but still he's got a good reach. Loknath Nayak flat bats it on the side screen for a six. Another flighted delivery. Loknath Nayak looking for another biggie. This time missing the ball completely. It's a dot ball. 48 of 21 deliveries for Loknath Nayak. He's on the verge of getting a 50. Well, an excellent delivery from Pushkar there, throwing wide of the right hander. Loknath Nayak looking to play that one, but holding his bat at the very last moment. That ball spinned too much in the end, given wide by the match official. This time on the stumps, cut off the back foot by Loknath in the gully region for a single, which brings lefty back on strike. Dhanush Marthala, 43 of just 12 deliveries. He smacked 6 for fun so far. Strike rate 358 for Dhanush. 5 sixes and couple of boundaries already for him. And he's 43. He's in a hurry. He's taken the bowlers on and smacked them out of the park at will so far. Will Valluri Pushkar Spin some magic against the lefty. Dhanush is coming around the wicket for the left-hander. This is a good contest. Short ball. Cut off the back foot. That should have been stopped, but instead it goes for four. Well, that was poor from the cover point fielder. That was stuck hard, but still it was stoppable. Fielder makes a mess out of it, and it's a boundary for Dhanush. Shreepa Rockerz raced away to 99 in just 6.4 overs. Six to start off the over. Now a boundary. This time he advances and hits it way out of the park for a six. 50 is up for Dhanush in some style. 53 of just 14 deliveries. What a shot that was. Valluri Pushkar throwing that wide off the lefty. Dhanush just gets the dancing shoes on, gets down the track, gets to the pitch of the ball and hits him for a massive six. 105 for 1. Shreepa Rockerz inside the 7 overs. At the moment, Yodha's bowlers having no answers to the on assault from the batters of Shreepa Rockerz. 53 of 14. This is some hitting from Dhanush. Another flighted delivery. He hits it and just clear the fielder in the deep. Well, that was smart there from the bowler, throwing the ball wide full. Dhanush still going for that one. Fielder there in the deep. But the ball still evades the fielder and goes for a six. This is some hitting from the batter after 7. Triple one for the loss of 1. All ones there in the scorecard for Shreepa Rockerz. Syed Ghazi, Abbas Abedi now back into the attack. 2 overs, 26 for none for Ghazi. Usually a wicket taker for Yodhas, but it's not been the day for Yodhas with the ball so far. Well, this time Loki strikes it beautifully all along the carpet in the covers. He gets his 50 in some style. 53 of just 23 deliveries. Take a bow. What a shot that was from Loknath. It was full, almost a Yorker, but Loknath drills it all along the carpet in the covered region to collect four. Four boundaries and five sixes for Loknath in that 50. Strike rate 230. Well, wrapped on the pads. Huge appeal, but denied by the match official. Well, that was very close, but that ball was going on with the arm, so it might have missed the leg stump. Good decision there by the match official. That pitched on the leg stump. Well, that was wide of the Loknath Nayak, and he throws kitchen sink at that and collects four over the point. 119 on the board for Shrika Rockers. Well. Abdul Ghazi, Syed Ghazi just throwing the ball wide, trying to stay away from the hitting arc. As I said, Loknath Nayak, he's got good reach. Lifts the ball over point. Square drives him for a boundary. 57 of 25 for Loknath. Looking for another biggie, but this time doesn't get the timing correct. So it will only be a single in the long on region, which brings Dhanush Marthala back on strike, who's played even better. 59 of just 15 deliveries. He's look he's made the bowling lineup look full. Dhanush Marthala, he smacked the ball all all sides of the park. That's the feature of his batting. He stays very still while hitting. That was a Yorker from Sayyid Ghazi. Usually don't you don't see a spinner bowling that sort of delivery, but Ghazi preferring that in order to keep the batter quiet. 10 runs coming off this over. Loknath Nayak for the second time in the match changing his gloves. Will that work like it did on the previous occasion? Last ball of the over. 10 runs coming off that over. 121 for 1. Shreepa Rockerz. That's a flighted delivery. This time the ball hitting high on the bat, hitting the maker sticker. Doesn't carry all the way to the deep fielder. It's a single to close out. 11 runs coming off that 8th over by Sayyid Ghazi. Shreepa Rockerz 122 for 1 after 8. Another change in the bowling attack. Harsha now introduced. Another left arm, slow orthodox bowler. 158 matches for Harsha. 215 wickets, economy 6.52, best figures of 6 for 19. Will he get the breakthrough? Much needed breakthrough for Yodha's partnership. 108 of just 33 deliveries between Dhanush and Loknath Nayak. 122 for 1 in 8 overs. This is some batting from Shreepa Rockers in the Platinum Cup semi-final. This time played with the soft hands on the onside by Loknath Nayak for a single. Both the batters respecting the good deliveries and going after something loose. This is what good batters do. They wait on to the scoring opportunities. Loknath Nayak started slow initially, but he's made up for the dot balls that he played in first couple of overs. Batter once again advancing, but this time driving it straight to the extra cover. It's a dot ball. Harsha bowling slow through the air. This time it was a quicker one, straight as an arrow. One bounce into the boundary skirting it goes. There's no stopping this man. That was slightly short and it was quicker one from Harsha, but Dhanush was up to the task on the back foot. Hits the ball over the head of the bowler. Hits flat, no chance for long on fielder to cut that off. One bounce into the side screen it goes. Well, once again he goes over extra cover this time, wide of long off for a six. That ball never looked like going for a six, but it's gone the distance. Well. So easy on ice, Dhanush Marthala. That was a tossed up delivery by Harsha and he lifts it wide of long off for a six. That was flat. This time punched off the back foot, beats the short cover and the sweeper for a boundary. Well, he's toying with the field, he's toying with the bowler. Dhanush Marthala 74 of just 20. Well. This is hitting of the highest order. This is not just hitting. This is timing, placement, everything. He's the combination of timing, placement, and power. Dhanush Marthala displaying all his skills. Low full toss. This time he mistimes it. First time in the match. Doesn't carry to the deep fielder who collects the ball on a bounce. It's a single and Dhanush Vartala will retain the strike after 9. 138 for the loss of one. Shreepa Rockers. They need another 26 to wrap up this match. It's the all important Platinum Cup semi final match of one champion elite season 42. We were not expecting this to be finished this early. Both the teams played exceedingly well throughout the league stage matches. Another introduction into the bowling attack. Siddharth now introduced. Starts off with an excellent Yorker on the money straight away. It's a dot ball. 440 matches for Siddharth, 310 wickets. Economy 7.71. Best figures of 6 for 22. Yodha need a magic here. They need to see the back of these two batters. From there on, they need to get wickets. Well, that's a low full toss. Hit away. Fielder there in the deep. He takes it. Dhanush looking for another biggie. Timing not there on that occasion. It was the biggest part of the ground and he holds out. Second one bites the dust. Dhanush after playing a blinder of knock departs. Second verse goes down for Shreepa Rockers in the 10th over. Siddharth strikes at the very second ball he bowls. Keshav there in the deep makes no mistake to see the back of the batter. 132 for 2. 138 for 2 in fact. Shreepa Rockers 26 in the tank now for Yodhas. Is there a twist in a tail or will this be a cakewalk for Shreepa Rockers? One left-hander goes out, another comes in. G. Rishik Reddy is in at number 4 for Shreepa Rockers. 199 matches for Rishik Reddy. 7,281 runs. Averaging just under 50. Strike rate 107. Straight away gets off the mark. That was full on the stumps. Batter just happy to knock it down the ground for a single. Score moves to 139. 139 for the loss of 2 after 9.3 overs. Shreepa Rockers. They have dominated with the bat in hand in this Platinum Cup semi-final of One Champion Elite Season 42. Siddharth, the man with the breakthrough. Well, that was full outside of some attempted Yorker, beautifully squeezed away, wide of the wicket keeper and beats the shorter towards the left, and it's a boundary. That's an excellent touch from Loknath Nayak. This man is not all about power. He's got the elegance too. This time guides the ball in the third man region for a boundary. This is smart from Loknath Nayak, taking minimum risk and getting the maximum reward. That's a low full toss, drilled hard down the ground in the long off region for a single. 142, 144 for 2 in 9.5. 20 more required. Last ball from this end. Siddharth will ball at Rishik Reddy. Good over so far for the bowling team. They've got the crucial wicket. They've got the wicket that they needed. That's a wide. That's a loosener from Siddharth. Looking for the Yorker. Ends up bowling one down the leg delivery. It's been given as a wide. Score moves to 145. 19 required now. Last ball of the 10th over coming. Siddharth, well, ends up bowling a juicy full toss, which has been worked all along the carpet in the mid wicket region for a single. 8 runs and a wicket coming off that over by Siddharth after 10. Shreepa Rockers 146 for the loss of 2. They need another 18 to wrap up things. We are halfway through in the chase. Players will have drinks. We'll be right back after a very short break. Change in ends. Harsha to continue. 1 over 16 for none for Harsha so far. Will ball at Rishik Reddy, who's 2 of 2. Extra fielder inside the circle for Yodhas. Short third, gully, short gully, point, short covers, and fine leg are the fielders inside the circle. Whereas sweeper cover, long off, long on, and mid wicket are the fielders outside the circle. Rishi goes for an expensive slog sweep and holds out in the deep. That's against the run up play. Harsha strikes straight away after the change of ends. Yodha strikes for the third time. Rishik Reddy looking for the big shot, getting the leading edge and holds out to the deep fielder who makes no mistake. Third one bites the dust. Rishik only managing two today. He goes cheaply. Third one down for Shreepa Rockers. Kishore, Kishore, the fielder there in the deep, who makes no mistake to send back Rishik. New man in is Venkataramarao Rao in at number 5 for Shreepa Rockers. 420 matches for Ramarao, 474 runs, averaging over 5, strike rate 56. He sent up the order to finish the things off for Shreepa Rockers. Venkataramarao, slip in play for Ramarao, slip, gully, point, cover point, short cover inside the circle to cut single, whereas square leg inside the circle to cut the single on the offside. Well, they are looking to apply some pressure on Venkataramarao Yodhas. Well, that's been cut away from the slip. Ball racing away in the third man region. It's a boundary to open the account. 150 is up for Shreepa Rockers in just 10.2. Well. That ball spinned away after pitching, and that was late cut from Venkataramarao Rao. Beats the slip towards his right and gets 4. Well, now slip has been removed and it's been placed right at the edge in the third man region where the ball went for a boundary. 14 needed now for Shreepa Rockers to prevail victorious in this all important semi final, Platinum Cup semi final of One Champion Play Elite Season 42. Venkataramarao getting off the mark with 4. This time wrapped on the pads. Appeal for the leg before, but it was just a formality from Harsha that was drifting well down the leg. This time punched off the back foot towards the left of extra cover for a boundary for a single. Boundary dot and a single for Venkataramarao. 5 of 3. Strike is now back with Loknath Nayak, who's on 65 of just 30 deliveries. He's been off strike for a while. Loknath Nayak cuts it, but straight to the short third, who does a misfield. But excellent backup there by gully fielder. It's a dot ball. Last ball of the over coming up. Harsha to Loknath. That's a flighted delivery, and Loknath Nayak hits it straight as an arrow. Out of the park it goes. It's a 6 to close out the over. After 11, 157 for the loss of 3. Shreepa Rockers 7 away from the win. This will be a thumping victory in the all important Platinum Cup semi final of One Champion Elite Season 42. Sumit Singh after being expensive in his first over. Now back into the attack. 1 over 23 for none for Sumit. Starts off with a length delivery, which is being punched off the back foot in the sweeper cover region for a single by Venkatarama Rao, which brings dangerous Loknath Nayak back on strike. 6 now needed. Will Loknath finish off things in style for Shreepa Rockers? 71 of 32 for Loknath in this all important Platinum Cup semi final. Winner will advance to the final. This is the main format of the season. It's a Platinum Cup. This will give good confidence to Shreepa Rockers moving forward into the final. This time punched off the back foot in the mid wicket region only for a single. Score moves to 159. Once again punched off the back foot. This time good fielding by the point fielder. It's a dot ball. 5 needed now for Shreepa Rockers. Venkatarama Rao taking some time. Well, he swings across the line and misses the ball completely. Hits him high over the pads. That is the reason why he's been not just LBW, otherwise the line was straight. Well, this time Venkatarama Rao looking to play across the line, missing the straight ball, and you mit, you miss, I hit, says the bowler Sumit Singh, and sends back Venkatarama Rao. Fourth one down for Shreepa Rockers. New batsman in is Channa Rao in at number 6 for Shreepa Rockers. Only 5 needed. Punched off the back foot but straight to the short cover. It's a dot ball. A good over from Sumit Singh. 2 runs and a wicket coming off that over. After 12, 159 for 4. Shreepa Rockers. Mohan Maheshwari now with the ball for Yodhas. Loknath Nayak on strike. 5 needed. Well. Error of comedy there. That ball slipping from the hands of the bowler and it's been just no ball. Loknath Nayak running after that to hit that one. So does the wicket keeper. Wicket keeper wins the race and gets to the ball first. It's a dot ball. Both the batter, wicket keeper, and bowler. Everyone having a laugh about that. Free hit coming up. That's a wide delivery way outside off stump. Trying to stay away from the hitting arc. Now 3 needed. Free hit coming up. Once again. Outside off stump. Way outside off stump. Wide given. Now 2 needed. Free hit continues, says the match official. 2 needed now. Mohan trying to stay away from the hitting arc. It's a short ball. Pulled away off the back foot. Fielder there in the deep. It's a misfielding and the ball goes for a 4. That's it. That's it. It's Shreepa Rockers who win this match with a handsome margin of 6 wickets. They have plenty of balls remaining. In fact, almost an 8 over 7.5 overs that was remaining and they have achieved the target. Match summary. It was the all important Platinum Cup semi final of One Champion Elite Season 42 played between Yodha and Shreepa Rockers. Yodha, after winning the coin toss, opting to bat first, only managing 163 for the loss of 8 wickets in their 20 overs. In reply, Shreepa Rockers chasing out in just 12.1 overs, 6 wickets in the tank for them, and they have prevailed as victorious in this Platinum Cup final, semi-final, and they will be advanced to the final of One Champion Elite Season 42 Platinum Cup. Player of the match will be none other than Dhanush Martala for his outstanding knock of 75 of just 23 deliveries, 5 boundaries and 8 sixes, 7.76 points for Dhanush Martala to get the man of the match in this all important semi final. That's it from the coin box. We'll be back with the exciting contest in this season and the upcoming season. Till then, stay tuned. It's me, Ali Hashmi, signing off. Bye bye.